Alright, so this is a quick video I figured I would make. I know it's a little dark, but it's dark out here at the track, and I was like, you know, I don't know how many videos is on YouTube about like hitting up your first track day, but I figured I would help someone out. Maybe they'll click on the video if they're entertaining the thought of track days. So no particular order, but I'm gonna just go through it. So the first thing is you gotta have your gear, right? So you gotta have a suit, one piece or two piece. More than likely, depending on organization. No, it ain't even depending on organization. Gauntlet gloves, that's the ones that go over your wrists. And then you gotta have some form of some boots. And then of course, like a good helmet, a good DOT, Snell, whatever helmet. It seems like over time, depending on the organization, each one wants something different, you know? So like, sometimes, you know, like one organization may not trip over what coolant you have in, you know, like the coolant that you're using in your bike, but then some do. I don't know, but now that I touched on the coolant thing, second thing, yeah, coolant. Just go with engine ice, because it seems like every organization, no matter what, they like engine ice. Number 3, if it's your first track day, bring some form of tools. This particular time I came to the track, normally I don't bring a lot of tools with me, but this time I did, and I ended up having to borrow some tools just because there was just some things that the organization, the ones that's hosting this track day, had an issue with. Let me turn off this fan, because I might even distort my video. And so the organization may have some issues with certain things on the bikes, and you might just have to like fix some stuff and change some things. What am I on? That was 3, right? I don't know. Okay. Well, number 3 or number 4? Wheel weights. So some of the things that, like when you go to tech, some of the things that they look for are tape on your wheel weights. Normally is duct tape. If you try painter's tape, like I got away with painter's tape for a while, but depending, like I said, depending on the organization, they may not like it. So get some type of duct tape. Black, red, yellow, whatever matches your bike. I got black, but something that won't come loose, or something that'll definitely pass tech if you have duct tape. Your brakes and your clutch levers. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll press down on both of those, and your depending if you have clip-ons or not, to see if that stuff actually moves or not. If it flexes or moves any and it's not tight enough, then you'll fail tech. What's the other thing? Tires. I want to say most track organizations, they want, hell, what is it? 75% tire tread, I think, something like that. And what you can do, you know, to make sure, like if you're entertaining the thought of hitting the track, you can go to whatever the host, whatever that track day host website, and normally they'll have like the rules and everything else, like what they're looking for prior to your arrival to the track. What else? Oh, chain. If your chain is too tight, they're probably gonna hate. If your chain is too loose, they're probably gonna hate. Normally in novice, the kickstand is not a big issue. Intermediate depends on the organization, and then advanced, most certainly, like they don't want you having, like if you have a kickstand on your bike, you take it off. Or you can get away with, most of the time, you can just zip tie it. What else is there? Because I'm looking at the bike trying to remember, since, again, you know, for those of you that's looking at your first track day, these are just some things that I'm just putting out there for you to think about.
Number.
Oh yeah. So sometimes, like if you don't have a number plate or numbers on your bike, you have to have, I mean, even if you get a paint marker and just paint a number on your bike, make sure you have some form of numbers. And what happens is, if like there's a discrepancy on the track, and you know, once you go to the track, like they'll teach you like what all of the flags and all of this stuff mean. But like if you're doing something wrong or something's happened on the track, you need that number, so all of the marshals that's around the track can sit there and say, you know, number XYZ, either get on or get off the track, or XYZ, as they're on the walkie-talkies and radios and such. they can sit there and call that information up. So it's just like going to the drag strip. More than likely, you need some form of a number on your bike that's readily available and or visible to the track marshals. What else is there?
Exhaust.
Oh, the exhaust. That's a good point. So I know it seems kind of crazy that if, let's say, you go to a track, some tracks have a dB, like a noise ordinance type deal. So if your exhaust is too loud, you literally can pay your $200, $300, $400 for a track day and get kicked off the track because your exhaust is too loud. I have a Brox exhaust on my bike, on my S1000, but what I did was I bought the dB killer because without fail, every single time I come to this particular track, I basically get meatball flagged. Anybody watching this video that has gone to the track knows what the meatball means, but essentially that's kicking me out the track. And so I have now, I've changed that, and now my bike is probably down, I don't know how much horsepower. I'm like, the bike feels like it's choked up. However, you know, we spend our money, so I'm not trying to get kicked off the track either. What else is there at track prep? Oh, yeah. So the other thing is I would invest in some form of a canopy, as you can see, because in the run of a day, depending on where you live or what track day you go to, it gets hot. You know, our setup, we're still in this trailer. We got our little cots and everything, but you know, I would invest in a fan, a canopy, like anything that can keep you cool. And I'll tell you, like, when it's 80, 90 degrees, and I don't know, out on the track it's probably like 100 and some degrees, like, it gets extremely hot. And when you're in full leathers, whether it's be a one piece or two piece, when you're all like, it's hot. Like, as soon as you put your helmet on and take off, I mean, you got the heat from the bike, you got the heat from the asphalt, you got the heat beaming down on you from the sun, and all of that is just locked in with that suit. So prior to you going to your first track day, hydrate your behind off, like drink water, Gatorade, whatever it is, like days prior to that track day, because most people don't think like you can overheat or get hot tossing a bike around. I don't even care if it's a 250 or 400 or 300 or whatever, like it gets hot. The other thing I would say is just bring some extra fuel with you, because you'll be surprised that you'll eat up a lot of fuel running around the track. What else is there? What else did I miss, Al? Anything? Oh, she playing on her phone. I think that's really about it, you know. I just wanted to make this quick video just because, like, I was sitting there thinking, and I'm like, a lot of times, you know, people sit there and say they want to go to track days and all of this, and they want to drag a knee and do all of this, but like, there's a lot more that goes into it, financially, physically, mentally. Like, there's a lot more than just jumping on a bike and then running around a track. And last but not least, like, you know, for your first track day, whether it's novice, intermediate, or advanced, just keep an open mind, because there's a lot of guys and or gals that'll be on the track, the coaches and fellow riders that can help you, you know. So even though you might be the fastest thing running around on the streets, you can be humbled, really, really humbled once you get on track. But anyways, that's that. If I think of anything else, perhaps I'll add it to this video, but if not, like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna get back to my little beer, chilling with Black Widow. And as you can see, the culture out here is awesome.
They're good people.
Good people everywhere. So if it's your first track day, hopefully you get everything together and you make the track. And this is Reaper signing out. So again, like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna get ready for tomorrow. I'm excited.